Kara has just turned 18. Her parents like to go abroad, which is why she lives alone in a big house. Only literature keeps her from getting bored. She has one dream: to be loved. And today something new will happen in her life. She will be able to meet a writer like her. Teacher Jonathan. He found inspiration in this remote town. Kara comes to class earlier than everyone else. This surprises Jonathan, and he asks where she lives. They tell each other about their lives. Jonathan is amazed that Kara read the entire curriculum. Kara jokingly replies that she likes it raw. Then Vinny comes into the office and takes her friend away to talk. While they are gone, Jonathan looks at Kara's books. Boris distracts him. He immediately realized that Jonathan was reading a girl's book, since its plot is very vulgar. The guys would not read this. By coincidence, Kara likes to read a book written by Jonathan. He lives with his wife Beatrice, who is also a writer. He tells her that her student is reading his book. The duo starts dancing, but they are distracted by a call from Emmy. A new day begins. The teachers are relaxing, sitting on a bench and sipping coffee. Boris asks if there are ghosts in the forest. A second later, Kara comes out of the forest and walks straight up to the teachers. Boris offers cookies, and Jonathan cannot take his eyes off Kara. A little later, Winnie tries to attract Boris's attention. She says directly that she is interested in their communication. Kara calls her crazy. After classes, the friends get together. Kara admits that she is having trouble finding a topic for a future book. Winnie suggests reliving a moment that will help in writing the topic. For example, intrigues with teachers. The problem is that none of them had a serious relationship. Winnie wants her first date to be with Boris. Kara should also understand that Jonathan looks at her in a special way. But Kara denies everything. She reads Jonathan's book for the rest of the day, and during classes they cannot take their eyes off each other. Jonathan asks to come to his place after class, and Kara has one and the same desire in her head to get all his attention. A little later, Jonathan decides to dance a little, but Kara distracts him. She promises not to tell anyone about his hobby. Jonathan suggests going to a poetry club, maybe something will surprise her. He read her latest work, and he really liked it. Kara is burning with shame and explains what her work was about. Jonathan wants her to write a story in the style of her favorite author. Kara accepts the task, adding that she has read his book in its entirety. After which she repeats some phrases that she liked the most. Jonathan doesn't even know what to answer him. Kara interrupts the awkward pause and apologizes. Suddenly, Winnie enters the office and the duo ends their conversation. Today, the teachers and Beatrice are visiting a cafe where Winnie also works. Boris makes fun of the girl, and Beatrice asks how beautiful the girl who read his book is. He replies that she is very smart and unique. Beatrice decides to declare that Jonathan is not a writer. He chose to work as a teacher. After that day, he never wrote a new book. Tomorrow, Kara is attending a writing club. She feels that this day will be very important for her. Jonathan is happy to see her. A guy comes on stage and reads his work. Jonathan listens to him attentively. But Kara looks exclusively at Jonathan. Tomorrow, she brings coffee to the teachers. Boris shares his cookies. Kara doesn't understand why Boris makes such delicious cookies, but she doesn't tell anyone. He could sell them. Vinny can make a logo. Today the girls go to Jonathan. He tells her that he is going on vacation with his wife. Vinny sees the mellow duo talking to each other. And when the teacher leaves, she suggests that Kara make the first move and seduce Jonathan. Their conversation is interrupted by Boris. He decided to sell cookies. Vinny quickly joins their team. She only needs his number. That afternoon, Kara called Jonathan. He promises her that he will stop by to see her before leaving. Kara reasons that when love is real, it is quiet and inevitable. A couple of hours later, Jonathan comes to Kara. She comes out of the house, dressed in a white dress. All Jonathan can do is stand and watch her walk towards him. Kara stops and asks him to come to her. Jonathan still stands there, and then Kara makes the first move followed by a kiss. When he returns home, he constantly receives messages from Kara. Beatrice is irritated about the room. This forces Jonathan to go to the barn. There he begins to read Kara's new book. He gets carried away and imagines that they are the main characters. Unable to resist, he does the dirty deed. A new day dawns. Kara notices Jonathan's strange behavior. She asks what happened to him. Jonathan replies that she needs to choose a new author. She claims that he asked her to write a book about a topic she knows. Jonathan asks if she really knows that. Kara replies that it is them. Seeing how swept away he is, Kara says that it is about two similar people who reject social restrictions. Jonathan still thinks the book is too adult. Kara is sure that he is too scared. They are not people anymore. Jonathan tries to explain that she is his student and he is a teacher. Kara still wants recognition that the work is good, but Jonathan does not want to admit it and calls Jonathan redundant, but without ambition. He could be much better, but right now he is irresponsible. Before leaving, she leaves her story in the mailbox for the administration. In the evening, the friends meet. Winnie asks if she likes Jonathan. Kara calls him an imitation of gas station sushi, but she still loves him. At this time, Beatrice finds out what his student wrote, but he does not admit who the story was about. Beatrice manages to persuade him to tell about the work. Kara suggests Winnie write to Boris. She does so. He came to visit Jonathan's family. Beatrice notices how Boris is texting someone, but he will not tell who it is. The conversation begins to go in another direction, and Boris puts away his phone. Jonathan gets a call from management accusing him of having an inappropriate relationship with Kara, but he denies it. He knows that if she can prove that they had something, he could lose his job. Beatrice adds that it wasn't just his job and asks him to tell the truth. Jonathan swears that nothing happened. Kara skips school tomorrow and Winnie looks very confused. She tries to make Jonathan feel guilty, but he looks as cold as possible. Later, Kara comes to the principal and describes their adventures. Jonathan has to defend himself. He's lucky that their stories match. To the final question, Kara replies that nothing happened that she didn't like. Obviously, Jonathan doesn't know what she answered and is very confused by this question. During recess, Boris realizes that Jonathan has fallen in love with Kara. He's unlucky that he can't see the line that shouldn't be crossed. That's what got him into this mess. Back home, Beatrice asks her questions. Beatrice doesn't believe his lies. Jonathan couldn't deny that there was a spark between him and Kara. That was the last straw. Beatrice is going to file for divorce. Vinny comes to Kara and asks her not to hurt Jonathan. It will ruin his life, just to get revenge for him rejecting her. Vinny will stand up for Jonathan and say that Kara is lying. She quickly replies that Vinny can't do that. She has dirt on her and Boris. When Kara finishes writing a book about her and the film ends. Write in the comments how you rate this film. Or just dedicate something interesting. See you very soon.